We've reached the last game of the regular league season. We are looking at the best youth intake that has come through our academy in the last 2 years. He's already a League 2 player. Mohamed Niger looks exciting. But I actually found the best youth intake player in the world. And he's only 15 and has just come from Hamburg's academy this season. But I'll look at the best young player I've ever seen before our last league game of the season. The first game we had since we last met was the game against Strasbourg. We won 2-1. Gonzalo Borges came with the best, scored twice. He scored the first of those. It was deflected inside 71 minutes. But Strasbourg equalised, and I was thinking to myself, are we going to be having problems? Well, yes, it was an easy goal for Bakale, and Bakale really should not have been out of that space. But we then got a winner later on. Soleil finds Gonzalo Borges. Gonzalo Borges fires back in the net in the 94th minute to win the game. We love winning these games very late on. It is a delight for business. The next game we had was against Sporting. We drew this game 1-0, but we had a 5-goal lead in the first. That didn't matter at all. Trincao actually scored the opening goal inside 12 minutes to give us some pressure, but in the second half, we managed to score 4 minutes into the second half, and it was easy enough to do. Alberto Moreno finds Arivana. He scores 1-1 of the night, 6-1 overall. We're through to the quarterfinal of the Europa League. The next game we had was against Monaco. We drew 2-2, and we were gifted a very early goal. Yuri Alberto had the easiest goal of his life with that effort, but Monaco equalised, and to be fair, a good corner kick taking, and Congest scored. We then make it 2-1 not so long afterwards, after Lee came in, gets ahead of the here. Then we conceded the worst goal I've seen us concede. Why we weren't paying attention, why Ernst wasn't really paying attention there, and Soleil was called out and allowed Golovin to score that goal, I don't know. But I was absolutely livid because it happened in the 95th minute of the game, the last kick of the game. We then took on Cannes in the next match and won 5-0, so we got some revenge for what he did earlier the year. Kalataskar got the opening goal. Soleil finds Basic, and he finds Stanalik to find Lee Kang in for the second goal. 2-0 before half-time. Happy days. They had an injury as well, adding to the injury. And in fact, we made it 3-0 because of the injury being so bad. Stanalik plays across, finds Jerky. He scores 3-0 at half-time. We scored 2 more goals. And between one revenge for the last game against Cannes and also being angry in the last match, Yuri both make it 4-0. We got a good number of goals. We're starting to find our feet with goals, and I'm delighted. Basic, I think, went for goal there. It didn't go in, but Helsing Nipan scores, so we make it 5-0 before the end of the game. It was a very comfortable victory, to say the least. And Cherki got a goal and 2 assists in this match. We then took on Marseille in the Coupe de France and beat them 3-0 to get to the final of the Coupe de France for the first time in the save. Lee Kang-in scores the opening goal. And this is the team we'll be taking on the last game of the season, in the league at least anyway. And we then make it 2-0. Yuri Alberto gets a goal. Again, a nice finish before half-time. And then we score from another corner. Basic finds Soleil. Soleil scores. And having 2 6'4" centre-backs is really useful, it turns out. We then took on Nantes. And drew 2-2, despite the fact we were the much better team. Arivana scores the opening goal inside 12 minutes. I thought, because they're really low down the table, we'd be fine. And they equalised here. This was not ideal. 70 minutes in, we were very bad at times. Simon just has an easy shot, really. We just didn't deal with it defensively. But before half-time, we make it 2-1. And I thought, okay, this is when we're going to kick on. Alberto Moreno finds Arivana. He finds Basic. Basic finds back in the net. Very comfortably done. We had a goal ruled out before the end, and then in the 94th minute of the game, we conceded another goal. Yes, this was not our best moment, but we should at least do better defensively with that, stopping Mustafa from scoring that goal. It was frustrating to let a 2-goal lead slip, even if we did rotate the squad a little bit, but even then, the players we did bring in were really good, so I don't know what to say. We then took on Monaco in the Europa League. Quarter-final first leg and beat them 1-0. Lepena scoring this goal to win the game. A very delightful finish and a game I didn't think we would be winning, quite frankly, but I'm happy we did. We were the much better team. The next game we had was against Nice, and we are taking on this team in the Coupe de France final, and we drew 3-3 in this game. Gonzalo Borges scores the opening goal. I thought, quite frankly, we're going to be fine. They equalised a minute after we took the opening lead, and you know when this goes in, it's just not your day. But we immediately equalised after that to make it 2-1. Again, we've got players injured or we're rotating a little bit to try and get fitness up. And when Yuri Alberto scores that finish, I'm delighted. Especially when we make it 3-1. I'm thinking we're going to win this game. Yuri Alberto has won us the match. There's no way we can drop things now. Well, I was wrong because they make it 3-2 here. Diop plays it across and it was a Kabende own goal. I thought, okay, that's fine. Then they scored in the 92nd minute of game. And we did have to rotate a little bit because of injuries and all that stuff and fitness concerns. And they scored that goal to make it 3-3 to get a share of the spoils. They're in the top 4 this year. And I can't even say it was not a Boston job because that's a bad mistake to make and to let 3 points slip in this situation. It felt like a defeat, quite frankly. We then took on Monaco in the second leg of the quarterfinal Europa League and beat them 3-1 to win 4-1 overall. We took the lead. Lee Kang-in gets the opening goal. And then we get a penalty a minute later. Lee Kang-in gets a second and we're through as far as I'm concerned until Monaco decide to score from a corner because corners are quite powerful this year, it feels like. But we get a goal late on in the 80th minute of the game to make it 3-1 of the night, to make it 4-1 overall. We just pressed them really high and catch the scores. We beat Monaco away from home. I've never done that before, and we've done it in Europe. So for whatever reason, in cups, we are absolutely incredible. We then took on Rennes and drew 3-3. We actually came from behind in this game, so I'm not as concerned. Blas did score inside 4 minutes though, which is not great. And then they scored in the 80th minute of the game to make it 2-0. Chrissy Proms decides to be really good here, plays it across, and Guri, our former player, scores against us. We did start a fight back in the second half though, and I thought, yes, this is a good sign. When Ryan Cherki scores this goal, good finish, mind you, Kiwa tried his best. And then we equalise in the 81st minute of the game. I'm thinking, okay, maybe we can win this game still. It's a bit like how Ivana gets the goal here. I don't know how it's given, but whatever. But they then take the lead again. Another set piece. We should have done better here. And then we get an equaliser again to make it 3-3 in the 92nd minute of the game. Why Ivana was not marked, I don't know. But Lee Kang-in is not missing that from there. And we get a share the spoils, 3-3. Did we get lucky? Potentially. We then took on Lyon and beat them 3-0 in the league to close the gap to them to try and do well here. Cherki gets the opening goal. I'm delighted because we're trying to get into 5th place at this point, 4th place, and we're hoping to do well. Kalantakar finds Naipan, he finds Ivana, he finds the back of the net from there. An outstanding effort. And then we make it 3. Ketchta finds Perot da Costa finds Ketchta, he finds Ivana to get a second, and it's 3-0 here, so there you go. Another good performance as far as I'm concerned, and we are delighted with this result. Then we took on Bilbao in the semi-final Europa League and beat them 4-0. I don't know how this happened either, but Cherki, too much time and space, fires back in the net. What are they doing defensively? But then we make it 2-0 inside 24 minutes. Cherki again involved. He's really, really good. And he finds Parisi, he finds Basic. Basic fires back in the net. I was in dreamland at this point. And then we scored again, 34 minutes in. And when this is going in, and Yuri Alberto finds Basic again to get his second goal of the game, I can't believe it. I'm thinking we're doing well. And then we make it 4 before half-time. Rian Cherki involved once more, plays it across to Kalantakar. Kalantakar fires the back of the net with that effort. And we even missed a penalty before we even started scoring those goals. So we could have been 5 on the night. Surely, we're in the Europa League final now. Unfortunately for us, the next game was against Lens and we lost 2-0. We were tired after that Bilbao game. I had to rotate a little bit and we just weren't fit enough for this game. We lost because of that goal there and then we could see it from a corner. And when it's going against you, it's really going against you. It was not ideal to say the least. We were terrible and we deserved to lose. And it wasn't even like the team were bad. It was just they were really tired. And I probably should have rotated more, quite frankly. But then we took on Bilbao in the second leg of the semi-final and lost 2-1, but won 5-2 overall. Inaki Williams scores the opening goal, and I'm really happy. I think it's Inaki Williams. It's one of the two Williams, but we get an equaliser here. Yuri Alberto gets gifted a goal. I'm not complaining. 9 minutes in, it's 1-1. But then we concede again, 43 minutes in. I must confess, at this point when this goes in, I am starting to not be concerned, but I'm thinking this is go badly. But we hold on to win 5-2 overall to get to the Europa League final. So we got 2 finals in the next 2 days. Yes, we're not doing them today. Then we took on Stade de Reims in the last game before we met up, and we took the lead early on. Canada scoring. Then Arivana does that penalty, the Panenka, the cheek of it. And then we get a third as we win 3-1. Gonzalo Borges finds Arivana. He scores again. Delightful finish. And then we concede later on because, of course we do. 77 minutes in, we gift them a goal because we weren't doing our defensive clearances. Nakamura with the finish. But we still win comfortably, and it's another win to our collection. Unfortunately, despite how good we've been in the Cups, our league form has suffered for it because we've literally played every Cup game we could have done outside of the potentially the playoffs. But that's fine. We're in 2 Cup finals. If we beat Marseille, we can go up to 5th place if Lorient lose to Lens. So that's a thing. And in fact, if we look at the competition page, we've got a final in the Europa League against Atalanta, who beat Chelsea to get there. That will be tomorrow. And then the day afterwards, we'll be doing the Coupe de France final as well. I'm making each final an individual video because I want to make them feel special. Does that make sense? Also, I'm now going to show you that wonder kid that I found scouting the Under-20s World Cup because he's absolutely ridiculous. And it's probably the reason why this video has been titled the way it is. This is Tobias Ablinga. He just came through the Hamburg Academy this year in their first season back in the Bundesliga. And he's literally just turned up this season 2 months ago. So believe me when I say that Tobias Ablinga is perhaps the best 15-year-old Newgen I've seen in FM24 so far. And perhaps it's the best 15-year-old Newgen I've seen as a winger who could become a striker I've ever seen at the age of 15. He is consistent as well. He does have some injury proneness and isn't very good for his jumping reach, but quite frankly, when he's this good already at 15, has a lot of room to grow and could do even better. I think I've taken the injury proneness because he's going to be an outstanding talent. This guy is going to be a monster. But now we take on Marseille, and we're going to see if we can beat them to try and get to 5th place. They will get 2nd place regardless because they got the goal difference in their back pocket over Nice, who take on Lille today. They should be beating Lille. But Lorient versus Lens, I need Lens to not lose to Lorient as we beat Marseille. To be fair, we could draw against Marseille and Lens beat Lorient and we still go above Lorient. So as long as we better Lorient's result, we're fine. But we've also got the Europa League final in a few days' time, because of course we do. Europa League final on Wednesday, Coupe de France on Sunday. Is the most important week we're going to have in this save at all, because this should be the last season of the save. And Cherki is out for 7 days. He could be back for the Coupe de France final. I'm hoping he could be. Emil Holmes also out because he damaged his critical ligaments. That's why he's not being involved at all. But this is our lineup, and I'm hoping it's going to be enough to get us over the line against Marseille. Let's finish the domestic season and hope the PSG do not get 100 points in a 34-game season, because that is ridiculous. So, first start of the game, Ruben Blanco finds Mbemba. He finds Rongier, and we're going to try and make sure they are pressed quite hard. We beat them 3-0 last time we took on Marseille here, but that was a cup game. For some reason, we do better in cups than we do in the league right now, but we get the ball back now. Pereira de Costa in what is going to be a last league game for me, because I'm not going to renew his loan, and I'm not going to do another season as far as I'm concerned. And we need to do... Oh, Alberto has missed a sitter. He's missed an absolute sitter. We've got a throw. I've got to be very careful with the fitness of the players as Yuri Alberto loses the ball in the penalty area. Because of the 2 finals, I need to be very certain that I am resting my players 100% before we go into those games. And here is Pereira da Costa on the ball now. Parisi finds Nipan. Denelic finds Gonzalo Borges, who's been my best signing, I think, of the save in terms of contribution. Denelic now plays across. Gonzalo Borges does not get there. Here's Basic, who's also a contender for my best signing for cheap bargains, quite frankly. Here's Soleil. Now Coqueret. Pereira da Costa tries to find Basic. Doesn't find Basic. Gets tackled. And I don't know what's going to happen in this highlight. It could be one of those highlights that we get the ball back here, which we are. And this time, Gonzalo Borges has shown you, Roberto, how to score from that mistake. 1-0. We've just pressed them high enough, and they just had to they lingered too long, and we just intercepted the pass. And it's easy enough to do when they're not concentrating, isn't it? So far, we're doing our bit to try and win this game. Pereira da Costa plays the ball in the middle for the corner. Canada gets it back. Here is Pereira da Costa, finds Kakarek, can go for goal, plays it out wide to Danilic. Here's Gonzalo Borges. And here is Danilic again, plays it across to find Uriberto. It's 2. We are doing our part in the league to try and get 5th place. The question now is, are we going to get 5th place? It seems like we are, because Lyon are not winning, as shown by the little box at the bottom corner. But yes, 2-0 here. We're looking good. So far, so good at half-time. We need this to continue. If Lens want to win, that's even better for us. We got a free kick, and it's a Basic free kick. This could be 3-0, and we love for this shooting from this sort of range. Or is it the post? It could have been 3. Can we make it 3 at some point in this game? I want to absolutely destroy Marseille as we try to end our season, our league campaign on the high. And we could get another goal anyway. They're trying to play out for the back. It's not worked for them so far. We've just pressed high. We do need to make some changes, though, because of the fitness of the players. And I want to make sure my players are not going to be tired for the Europa League final, as we are trying to press them high. And we are doing well. Here's Nipan on the ball. Playing across, trying to find Basic. Basic is in. He's hit the post himself. We should have got 4 goals so far. So we look like we're going to win this game, but it looks like Lyon have also just scored to take the lead against Lens, which is a bit frustrating. Arivana has a shot blocked. Sarr on the ball. Yes, Sarr. I haven't used him at all in ages. But we'll get the ball back now. Basic on the ball. Lee Kang in. Can he do something with this situation? Plays it out wide to Kambendi, who has done well so far. Arivana's hit the post as well. We could have had 5 in this game. That's how good we've been in against Marseille. And I don't know what to really expect from this point in time. Oh, Lee Kang intercepts as well. Basic's now on the ball. Can he do something? No. Kambendi, can he score? Plays across to Sarr. Saved again. We really could have had 5 in this game. We have won the game 2-0 though, but are we in 6th or 5th? Unfortunately for us, Lyon actually beat Lens, so we kind of relied too much on what else. So we kind of relied on what happened too much elsewhere, but it didn't matter. We did our thing. I'm not concerned, quite frankly. We still got a top 6 finish, which was the Europa League, and that was all we were after. Also, PSG got 100 points in 34 matches. They dropped just 2 points all year round. I can't believe this. At least we've got another £8.27 million though. But the game against Atalanta tomorrow will decide if we are actually in the Champions League or not. So, we'll find out about that next time out. Because I'm going to end this here. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys will like and share this video. And that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. But anyway, until next time, goodbye and well, good night.